YouTube was Amateur Boy Zell back with another banger. In this video, Tank Davis takes a knee versus Lamont Roach. Let's get it. Um, Last night was a crazy night for boxing, a crazy spectacle. Tank bring out all the celebrities, all the people that love to watch Tank knock people out, but it didn't go as he planned last night. It did not go as Tank planned last night. In fact, the story of the fight was much different. The story of the fight, it was mostly Lamont catching Tank in exchanges, right? Tank would get on the line and throw that hard left hand, and either Lamont would take it to the chin or Lamont would counter it with an even stronger right hand. So it was evident that Lamont was the stronger man, right? Lamont had more power that night. His defense was better. He was more game. He was willing to literally risk his life in that ring, and he showed it and how he performed. And that's how you got to be against Tank. You got to be ready to go versus Tank. And Lamont was ready to go, but Tank wasn't as game as Lamont. And we saw when Tank faced somebody who can crack like him, who not scared of him, who could box, who could counter, that he's very vulnerable. He looked very vulnerable. And it was all a Devin. All I gotta say is, all the people that was hating on Devin, where y'all at now? Was that just Tank fans? Was that Loma fans? What are y'all? Cause y'all supposed to be hard on this. And I seen, man, the YouTube streets been buzzing. They don't Tank head. You don't get to lose a fight, like, and then just act like nothing happened. You feel me? And it's just funny because Tank was the one crying corruption. He was the one crying corruption in Saudi when Hamza Shiraz got a draw over Carlos Adames, but the exact same thing happened to him, right? And I didn't even get to the knee yet. The knee is the most infamous part of the video. Y'all can see on the right side of the screen, Tank taking a literal knee. This is a knockdown. You can't do this. You can't do this. It's a knockdown. You cannot do this. That's a knockdown. He took a knee in round 9, I believe, and the ref actually began to count. Right, I think he got to 3 or 4. Right, when he started to count, Tank ran to the corner to wipe his face off. Right, because allegedly the grease, you know, at the end of the fight, Tank was talking about he had grease in his eye. That's why he took a knee and ran to his corner. Even if that's the case, you don't get to take a knee. We don't care what it was. You can't take a knee. That's a knockdown. Floyd Mayweather broke his hand and he took a knee. It was ruled a knockdown. Jamel Charlo took a knee versus Canelo. It was ruled a knockdown. This was a knockdown. And Tank ran to the corner to wipe his face. He came back and the ref stopped counting, right? And Tank started complaining to the ref, and the ref stopped counting for some odd reason, right? He stopped counting Tank out. Um, yeah, Tank was supposed to get 2 points deducted from him. So Lamont Roach was robbed of a knockdown, and that ultimately affected this fight. Because we know that the fight was ruled a draw, right? And they didn't count the knockdown. It was ruled a draw, and they didn't count the knockdown. If Lamont gets the knockdown, he wins a unanimous decision. You feel me? Or he at least wins a split decision if they ruled a knockdown. Because one guy ruled it 115, 113 for Tank. So yeah, it would have been 115, 113 for Lamont if he ruled that knockdown. But he didn't. And the other guys ruled it 114, 114. So it would have been 116, 112, I believe, for Lamont if they ruled that knockdown. So I mean, he got robbed, bro. Lamont Roach got robbed in broad daylight, and nobody did anything about it. There should be protests for this fight. Boxing is the Wild Wild West. Is a real dirty sport. Tank Davis lost this fight, and there's nothing you can say or do to change the public opinion. What we saw, it was ruled a draw, and the knockdown didn't get counted. Just from that fact alone, if Steve Willis count the knockdown and don't stop counting, Lamont Roach wins this fight on the cards. But like I'm saying, boxing lost yesterday, bro. Boxing took an L yesterday because Tank should have a loss on his record. I don't care about that draw. That draw don't mean anything. That should be a loss on his record, right? That should be a loss on his record. But boxing is very corrupt. I don't know who pulling the strings. Most likely some mafia guy. I can't prove it. I don't know who he is. El Heyman running the PBC. El Heyman, you look suspect right now, El Heyman. Tank Davis was doing all that crying, talking about Turkey corrupt, talking about me and El Heyman getting out of boxing. Now I'm starting to see why you thinking about getting out of boxing, right? As soon as you start talking about retirement, you look like this. You have a suspect fight, a very suspect performance that you lost. Tank Davis, you lost this fight, and you lost. Like, you lost, clear as day, you lost. So he's gonna, He left the ring smiling. He's embarrassed. He gonna act like it's a draw, like he deserved it. No, you got knocked. That was a knockdown. You got punched, and then you claim it was grease in your eyes that made you take a knee. You got knocked down. So we know what Tank gonna do. He gonna start cherry picking. Instead of a 130 pounder, he gonna bring up a 126 pounder for his next fight, probably. He gonna bring up. In fact, he might as well fight anywhere at this point, bro. You might as well fight anywhere and cash out, bro, because it's not looking good right now. Um, I think people was like, this what happened when he don't weight drain a guy, when the guy not scared of him. Lamont Roach was a weight drain. He was coming up from 30. He was strong. He was bigger than Tank in this fight. He looked stronger than Tank. Tank Power couldn't really hurt him, like talking about it. He was taking Tank Power, hitting him with shots, made him take a knee. So yeah, bro. I also heard in the media that Tank was like he not rematching Lamont next. So pretty much he got the robbery. Now he gonna run off with it and not fight Lamont for a long time. He did the same thing with Pitbull. People say he robbed Pitbull, but this was the clear robbery. Like that was a knockdown. He took a knee. That was a knockdown. Um, you could tell he did it on purpose. He looked at the scoreboard, then took a knee. Like he looked at the timer and took a knee. You feel me? You can't do that. That's a knockdown. Um, so we know Tank about to start fighting Walmart janitors. He about to start fighting football equipment guys. He about to start fighting football coaches, part-time bartenders. He about to start fighting everybody except the best because he tried to cherry pick and it went terribly wrong and he got exposed in front of the world. Let me know what y'all think. Like, comment, subscribe, and share this. Till next time.